Here's Banchero. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Yeah, that play shows Banchero's strength and his determination.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. They get the rebound. Kicks it to George. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. Brooklyn pulls it in. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
Sweet-looking jumper from the mid-range. I mean, Gilgeous-Alexander just making it look easy.
Pass to Williamson. And here's Edwards outside. The rebound by Embiid. Here's Roy. And Reed pulls it down.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Here's George. It doesn't go for him. Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Roy. Gets the three to fall.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And it's Edwards with the ball for Raleigh. 8-point game.
And looking at Edwards, the offensive skills he has are impressive. Now he must focus on improving his defense.
Raleigh shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw good, Edwards. And both free throws good for Edwards.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Roy. Off target with the three. The three is up. Nails it from beyond the arc.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Tatum from long range. Joel Embiid with the board.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
And he gets that one.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Well, Edwards can be so accurate, making shots look easy at times.
George for three. Brooklyn pulls it in. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
A dynamic scorer. Gilgeous-Alexander is so good at finding his spots and executing.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Duncan.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
Drills it from outside.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Robinson misses.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Talk about effort. Embiid staying with them.
And the dunk by Tatum.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
All right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. Knocks down the three ball. It's a tie ball game.
Very reliable. Ginobili solid from deep.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Guarded now by Duncan. It's good from long range. Embiid's got 5.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And the rejection by Tatum. 6 to shoot. And then Irving slams it in.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible gifts.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Brooklyn leading by 5. There's the 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum. In transition, here comes San Antonio. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the quiet intensity that Duncan brings, just incredible. He's a consistent force whose teammates really look up to.
He throw good, Duncan. And so Duncan hits them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That is his first foul of the game.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Embiid the stream. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so dangerous in pick and roll. He's going to keep you off balance because he can score it or facilitate.
It's Ginobili outside. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Banchero outside. And finished up. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And as always, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge joining us from the sidelines.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Here's Banchero. It's good from about 19 feet.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low. Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Offensive rebound. Now, here's Banchero. 6 to shoot. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. As break the Bronx. Floats it up for Williamson. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Banchero with the ball. Picked up by Banchero. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Sinks the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses the one-handed jam. With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
Now, here is Irving. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Banchero looking around. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And for a big man, Banchero has a rare mix of moves. I mean, this guy can cross up defenders. He blows by people. Terrific handle for a guy that big.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, Bogut makes it off the glass.
And really aggressive inside. Bogut making a strong move.
Right side, Irving. Pass to Banchero. Bronx grabs the miss. Here's Banchero. Count it, good. Banchero's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
And the rejection by Embiid. And that's out of bounds. The Bronx will retain possession. .43 seconds left in the first quarter. Hands it from downtown.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 points in the game. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And a wide-open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Bronx, another 3.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does great.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Bronx. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to it. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bronx.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
All taking his time here. And Wall slams it home.
And you can tell he put a lot of practice into that one. Wall's always ready to break out something slick if he's got the time and space.
There's Williams with the three. Oh, my.
Good.
He'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play. Tim Duncan picks one up. Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch-and-shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble. Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Here's Wall. Over ball. Wall, no luck. Brooklyn trails by 12. Pass the ball. Back to Thomas. From outside the arc. The rebound by Anderson. It's the Bronx with the ball. James outside. Anderson outside. Takes the three. A three-pointer is right on target. Anderson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside, Ball. There's the drive. And Ball slams it in.
No looking back. Ball knows once he starts moving, he's got to go all the way.
Here's Williams. It's stolen by Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
As the Bronx with the ball. They lead by 11. Here's Wall. James in the high post. There's a minute 47 left in the first half. Nice ball movement there by the Bronx.
And you've got to do a better job of making sure the defender isn't in your space. I mean, if you're going to pump fake, you've got to make sure he doesn't have a chance for the steal.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Here's Williams. LeBron outside. Stolen by Thomas. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Brooklyn trails by 8. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by.
An explosive athlete with length. Wall is a threat when he contests shots.
Pass to Anderson. Nifty move. The kick out to Williams. And stolen by Thomas. And here's Edwards from the arc. They grab their own miss. Here's Gilmore. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, nice read there from Edwards. And he's all for sharing the wealth.
Here's Wall. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Ball with it. Seconds left. With 1 on the clock. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Bronx. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Puts up a 3. It's good from long range. Wall's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Bronx.
Yeah, I mean, from 3. Wall looking relaxed out there, and one of the game's more confident players. He can be a streaky but deadly outside shooter.
To the middle. Kicks it out to James. And stolen by Irving. Ben Carroll left side. Bronx grabs the miss.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
Brooklyn trails by 9. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul. The game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Pass to Embiid. Banchero outside. Just 5 to shoot. Embiid's shot is good. Embiid's got his first points in this one.
Look, and he knows he has the green light. Embiid's kind of the attitude in these moments just makes him even more lethal.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Pass to Reed. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Pass to Bogut. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
And Brooklyn making a change here. And so it's Brooklyn with it. They trail by 7. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
.143 left to play in the third. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around.
And with his troubles at the free throw line, probably best to foul Bogut when he gets in close.
The Bronx shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And Bogut drops them both.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
It's Pippen with the drive. And Pippen slams it in.
Nice drive by Pippen there. Terrific at just finding his way to the rim.
Steps back. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Here's Edwards. A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
And he's a true inside-out threat. Edwards wants to score from everywhere on the floor.
At the elbow, Williamson. .43 seconds left to play here in the third. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 4. Good D by Embiid. Brooklyn trails by 5. Here's Banchero. Rejected by Banchero. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Here's Williamson. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Bronx leads by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. It's a 5-point game. Takes a 3. And it's Williamson with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And finished off by Williamson.
What a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special. Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bronx.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And one other thing, I love how comfortable they are looking to operate from mid-range. No qualms about taking those wide-open jumpers.
The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 19 points.
And the move and the basket, SGA has the defense shook.
Last break, the Bronx. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And it's off from three-point range. Brooklyn trails by 9. Irving for 3. Pass to Reed. And again, no good by Brooklyn. It's the Bronx with the ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. And another miss by the Bronx. Brooklyn with the ball. They trail by 9 points. Here's Irving. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Get up, LaMelo. These ball brothers can fight.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And the dunk by Duncan.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. On its way from Irving for two. It's out of bounds. Last touch by O'Neal.
This is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
The Bronx leading by 11. Here's Williams. Ball with the rebound. And stolen by Williams. Launches a three. Bangs home the trifecta.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
And Brooklyn has possession. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Looking to get back on track here. Irving can't hit.
There has been nothing for him this quarter. Ever since halftime, he's lost all of his touch.
Shots good by Williams.
That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
Mark it, time of death. Does that mean we get to officially enter garbage time? I vote hopefully yes.
Stolen by Ball. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And the slam dunk by Irving. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thomas with the steal. To the right side. Irving surveying the floor. Timeout called. The Bronx.
Timeout.
Guys, what do you think?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Also, we've seen some wild finishes in our time. You can't afford to lose focus for just 1 second.
And stolen by Irving. So no problem for the Bronx as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge.
Go.
So Brooklyn will get the first possession. Down low, and the dunk by O'Neal.
O'Neal is a force of nature. And once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Lets it go from the wing. A nice shot by Irving.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
See, this is what analytics don't take into account. Some guys thrive in the mid-range. Really depends on the shooter. It's actually kind of lazy.
It's blocked by Shaq.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
Now, Banchero. After the next three from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And, guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw this game. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
And a wide-open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one, no good. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Wembanyama. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
And moving with such speed, the quickness of SGA's drives, something to admire.
Now, here is Irving. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. After the missed three from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's not going to go for him. They've been trailing for a few minutes.
But that could change right here.
Kicks it out to Drexler. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. Here's O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
Oh, get out of his way.
No way the D was going to slow him down. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And so the first quarter is in the books. Brooklyn leads by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just... And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
Atlanta trails by 4. For 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Now Ball. Good, nice job down low. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow. How about the explosive vertical there? Not much you can do to stop Drexler once he gets to the rim.
Outside Pippen. Drexler with the block. And he gets it back. Shot clock at 6. Ball from long range. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Duncan down low. And the rejection by Pippen.
Elite at both ends. Pippen sees the play develop and then the perfect timing on the block.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Ball. Jacks up a 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And Ball continues to show he can drain threes. The defense must adjust or he is going to keep doing damage.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And that one drops for him.
Well, Duncan is a guy who knows how to assert himself offensively. When he likes a look, he does not hold back.
Here's Duncan. Duncan with some nice deep.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Ball, no good. Atlanta trails by 4. Outside, George. Outside, Drexler. Stolen. Fast break, here we go. Shot's good by Gilmore.
I love a big man who can pass. Great instincts. Duncan finds the open man there for the bucket.
On the wing, Drexler. On the wing, Duncan. And he drives in. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The first free throw is good. Atlanta making some changes. Both good from the line that time.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Stolen by Pippen. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Count that one. And Brooklyn leads by 8.
Not the shot I expected him to take or make, but hey, look, joke's on me. He hit it.
Pass to James. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
He hits the second from the line. Pippen feeling it out a bit. Here's Gilmore. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
And so it's Brooklyn. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for Atlanta. 9-point game. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Banchero, right side. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. Here's Irving. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Atlanta trails by 9. And here's Maxwell from beyond the arc. Outside for Halliburton. That's good, and it's Embiid with the assist. Halliburton's got his first 3 points of the game.
Saw the defender closing, and Halliburton got it away in a hurry.
Pass to Shaq. Good D by Embiid.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Irving with the steal.
Julius Irving. First personal foul. First team foul.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Into the lane. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Flushing it on a much taller defender. That is just filthy.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. O'Neal. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Embiid.
And sometimes Shaq is impossible to guard without fouling. He's this, like, overwhelming presence.
O'Neal hits them both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Pass to Maxwell. He takes it in. A rebound by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
With the league 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Pass to Banchero. Offline with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
On the wing, Irving. Kicks it out to Banchero. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Just 5 on the clock. James with some nice D. Atlanta trails by 8. Pass to Maxwell. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And great awareness of the situation. Gilgeous-Alexander sensing the chance for the steal and just taking it straight up on the break.
Here's Embiid. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
If they're going to want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through him. Let your stars lead the way. Come on.
And here's Irving. Six to shoot. Pass to Embiid. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Atlanta trails by 8. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. LeBron outside. And the rejection by Embiid.
Yeah, defensively, Embiid can take over a game with his reach. Big block from him there.
Here's Banchero. The offensive rebound. A kick out to O'Neal. From past the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Shaq's got the lead up to 11 now for Brooklyn.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just spanning the flank.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He told them it's all about maintaining the lead. He told them he knows it's easy to get comfortable when you're in this position, but that they need to keep the pressure on. Guys?
Thanks, David. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now, here's ball. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. For the 3. Gilmore grabs the miss. Brooklyn leading by 11. Ball with a wide open look. Back to Thomas. Beyond the arc. And he recovers it. Pass the ball. Shot clock at 5. A three-pointer off the mark. Atlanta trails by 11. And here's Duncan. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires the 3. Outside for George. Launches it. Gilgeous-Alexander, and that's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got it back down to within single digits for Atlanta. And it's ball penetrating.
A magician put the ball in his hands. LaMelo making it look easy.
And finished off by Drexler.
Just an electricity to what Drexler can do. The leap in ability, the creativity once in air, that's elite level stuff.
Here's Duncan.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Here's winz, and he's able to get it back. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. LaMelo Ball picks one up.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Atlanta making a switch here.
Substitutions on the court.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Pass to Banchero. And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Now Irving. Lock at 6. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
That time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Shooting 47% on 7 of 15 attempts. Back to Irving. Goes up with a stripe. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. With the step back. Here's Duncan. An absolute bomb from three-point range. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time.
Ooh, what a slam! Oh, my. What a slam!
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Irving. 5 to shoot. Tries again. Rebound Atlanta. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts. from everyone here at 2K. Thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. Moments away, it'll be Cleveland going up against Brooklyn. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. And Brooklyn with possession here. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Booker with it. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. The outside leaner. Joel Embiid with the board.
I don't know if he's trying to show off for the crowd or what. There's no reason for that kind of shot.
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Now here's Banchero. And Gilgeous-Alexander with a block.
How about that? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, big-time defender, and sends that one back.
The finish! Oh, botches the slam dunk finish.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
Gorgeous. That pull-up jumper is simply gorgeous. Paul George rises above everyone.
Now here's Banchero. Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Lets it fly. Booker, good.
How about Booker playing a little bit of cat and mouse, smart enough to know when it's better to pull up.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Booker. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And Cleveland another three.
They're beginning to take control now, and this could be a crucial point in the game.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And the layup is good off the glass.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Banchero. The rebound by Embiid. Brooklyn trails by 10. Here's Irving. George with the block.
What a defensive play from Paul George. Send it back, big fella.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
O'Neal misses. And here comes Cleveland. A nice run going, 12 in a row.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Now here's George. The three is up. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Brooklyn foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for Cleveland.
16 seconds left in the first. This one for three. And Cleveland another three.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
Finally, a make for this team. Hopefully it gives them a little confidence.
It's usually interesting. After a bit of a struggle, does the first bucket get you into a little rhythm now?
And so it's Cleveland, feeling confident. 18-point lead to end that quarter. Defense is setting the tone. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play. This one has been one-sided so far. All right, what do you guys think about Cleveland here in this one?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here's Edwards. Brooklyn pulls it in. Well, Doris, we've heard Anthony Edwards declare himself as the best player in the league.
Well, VA, when you got the game to back it up, you don't mind putting yourself out there. And Anthony Edwards has charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the end, man.
He drops it from range.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Lets it go from the wing. Shot is good, off the back rim and in. Edwards has got 5 now.
Boy, that one was not easy. Every once in a while, you just make a tough shot.
Here's Duncan. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Cleveland. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Kept alive. Out to James. Pass to Bird. 6 to shoot. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Duncan. Misses the 3. Cleveland leading by 17. And there's the call on LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Edwards. A good-looking shot from the wing. Edwards got 4 points in the quarter.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Ewing. The rebound by Duncan.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
From deep, Holmgren. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And there's the drive. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Fader on the way. Hits the front of the rim and out. Brooklyn trails by 15. And here's Thomas from the arc. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. James deciding where to go with it. Thomas with a steal. And they're on the run. There's Ball with a 3. Got a piece of it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. 59 seconds left in the first half of this game. Edwards for 3. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Pass to Duncan. The 3. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Here's Bird. And he drives in.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Here's Ball. Still without a bucket. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Blocked! And they recover it. It's Edwards on the wing. Oh! Edwards packs it home.
Boy, defense has no answer for Anthony Edwards' athleticism. What a dunk.
Here's Bird. Solid shot from a distance of about 14 feet. Bird's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Yeah, just late help on the defensive side. I mean, just another breakdown for them.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
That's the end of the second.
And so it's Cleveland leading by 17 at the end of the period. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. We'll be right back. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Now, here is James. He's scoreless. To the left wing. Goes back up. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Outside for Irving. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Edwards. Ball's going up the court. The pull-up J. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
We often see LeBron James with the ball in his hands creating for himself or others. That time, a little catch and shoot, the easy one for LeBron.
Here's Irving. Connects on the foul line jumper.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
Here's Edwards. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Edwards has got 9.
Anthony Edwards getting into that pull-up game. Nicely done.
Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
Let's go with a 3. On target from range. Irving's got 8 here in this quarter.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
It's Holmgren, high post. Here's Bird. It's Edwards on the wing. Again, the miss by Edwards. Brooklyn trails by 13. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside for Irving. From 20 feet. Bounces high off the rim and drops. 10 points for him. And it's Edwards with the ball for Cleveland. They led the game at one point by 20. Edwards can't get that one to fall. To the inside. Reed. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, deflected. And it's out of bounds to Cleveland.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Timeout called, Brooklyn. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Kicks it to George.
Brooklyn foul. Second personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for Brooklyn. Number 5, Anthony Edwards.
Here's Duncan. There's the block. Here's Edwards. It's tipped.
Yeah, this is something we might see Banchero work on, improving his ability to knock away shots.
Down low. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. To snap the cold streak. Duncan, no good.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
It's tipped. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And stolen by Banchero. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. Here's Pippen. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
And so it's Cleveland closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their play has earned them a nice lead, one they'll look to build on as the game continues. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. And Brooklyn with possession here. 7-point differential. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. All alone. That one's good. Nothing but net. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his first points of the game.
This guy is an absolute scorer from anywhere on the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing work in the mid-range.
I mean, that was just terrific work to stay in control and finish.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
You have to like what you've seen from them defensively. They've done well contesting shots and have managed to come away with some blocks, too.
What about the defensive intensity they've had in this one? Jumping passing lanes, poking the ball away, just doing a great job creating chaos.
And it's blocked by Irving. And he's able to get it back. Cleveland again missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
They get it back.
He can be such a physical force. It's so hard to keep Embiid from getting to the free throw line.
First one falls for him.
At the line for the away team, Joel Embiid.
Good on both.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
For three, Booker. Kicks it to George. Pass to Duncan. Second shot opportunity. Deflected. Here's Irving. The rebound by Duncan. Cleveland leading by 6. Drives to the hoop. George left side. Off target from three-point range. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Here's Irving. And Irving powers it home.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shai has got a great view of the floor. What an easy pass.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well during the last break I heard Mike D'Antoni as he talked with the team. And coach had a simple message for their team saying, hey, we're right there. Let's start with a stop. Knock down a couple shots and we'll be up. Sometimes the best instructions are the basic ones. BA?
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Left side, Booker. Pass to Duncan. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. And he knocks down the first one.
At the line for two, Tim Duncan.
And so he makes both from the line.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Duncan from behind the arc. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And he can't jam it through. Cleveland leading by 6. Here's Duncan. Blocked! And it goes out of bounds. That one off Thomas. We've got 1:48 left in the game. Booker for 3. Perfect. Right between the eyes on that one. And Cleveland leads by 8.
Well, the definition of the, quote, sharpshooter. Booker showing great balance and accuracy for a young guy.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Thomas has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Booker. Pass to Duncan. Uses the glass on the layup. Duncan's got 4 points this quarter.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Out to the right wing. Back to Edwards. A minute 4 left in the fourth quarter here. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Oh, the young gun, Anthony Edwards with the big-time delivery.
Here's Booker. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
The ball goes to Brooklyn.
There's 53 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Money!
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time.
Pass to Banchero. Here's Duncan. Count it!
Yeah, when you make your mid-range shots, you force your opponents to adjust.
Well, truth is, though, he's tall enough to get that off against anyone.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Well, if they score here, they could effectively end this one.
Yeah, and their main objectives right now, taking care of the rock and using some time. First clean look they have, I mean, they've got to take it.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
There's the steal. From deep three-point land. Duncan, no good. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with the...
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. With two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And here's Milwaukee now. And here's Halliburton. Pass to Davis. That's tipped. In transition, here they come. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Irving looking around. Here's O'Neal. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Here's Bird. Off the mark there with a three. And Embiid has got the ball here for Brooklyn. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Oh, Giannis dunks it home.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Now Halliburton. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been... planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Blocked! Antetokounmpo inside. The layup off target. Irving attacking. Pass to O'Neal. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Connects from downtown.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Halliburton surveys the floor. The double clutch. It's rebounded by Banchero.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Carries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
Boy, you respect the shot selection from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just taking what the defense gives him.
Here's Bird. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. No good on the triple. And he ends.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And so off the tip, it's New York. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander connects from three-point range.
On a dime, Shea got right where he wanted for that shot.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Irving. Screen by O'Neal. 5 on the clock. For the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Read a screen. Short. That's good on the jump shot.
It's really difficult to contain Paul George in these pick and roll sets because of his speed. I mean, that's one element that gives him a great advantage. He's really good at making decisions in tight spaces and in these pick and roll situations.
Now, here's George. After the miss from Shea, Gilgeous-Alexander. Read a screen. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
Banchero outside. Misses off the left iron. And here's Turkoglu. It's Reed, high post. Robinson drives in. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Irving surveying the floor. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And great awareness of the situation. Gilgeous-Alexander sensing the chance for the steal and just taking it straight up on the break.
Irving for 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And this is the kind of fire Gilgeous-Alexander plays with. How about the response there?
Nobody near Irving. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Outside, George from 18 feet away. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Brooklyn trails by 4. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Robinson with the block.
And there you see why Robinson is the anchor of this defense. Massive wingspan, easily allowing him to turn away shots.
The shot by Irving. Kicks it out to Banchero. Pass to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Another miss by Irving. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And that does it for the first quarter. New York ahead. They're up by 4. And we'll be back with you right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Pass to Thomas. The three. And it's Spates with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Thomas feeling it out a bit. And stolen by Robertson.
Get there.
Pulls from the top of the key. And he gets the jumper to drop. Robertson's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for New York. Outside Thomas. They get it back. It's Edwards on the wing. Poked away. Robertson with the steal. Here's Bogut. Pass to Spates. Back to Adams. New York moving the ball around. Now Robertson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Duncan grabs the rebound. Brooklyn trails by 6. Right side, Edwards. Pass to Duncan. Here's the three. It's rebounded by New York. Here's Bogut. Spates sets a screen. And the basket by Bogut. Bogut's got the lead up to 9 now for New York.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Here's Gilmore. No good with the layup. Bogut with a clean look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Duncan outside. Second chance shot. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And it's in there.
Edwards is a load to stop on the bounce simply because he's got a football player's build.
Screen by Adams. Here's Bogut. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New York?
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
There's 45 seconds left now here in the second. And Bogut slams it in.
And at 7 feet tall, Bogut, an absolute threat to finish above the rim, especially when he's got that kind of position.
Now here's Pippen. Still yet to score.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
Here's Robertson. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Bogut. And Bogut slams it in.
And how about the vision there from the Big O guys? Beautiful.
Here's Bogut. And Bogut slams it in.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Buries the long-range jumper. Pippen's got 5. And so it's New York looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting. They've been dialed in so far from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 13. Banchero outside. Pass to Shaq. Kicks it out to Banchero. And the three off target. Here's New York. Robertson with it. A three ball. No good. Shot missing. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for New York. On defense, New York. 13-point lead. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And Ball slams it in.
Ball exploding off the floor for a big slam. Young fella's got some pretty good hops on it.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. Ball feeling it out a bit. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Ball's got 5 points so far. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
And here is Ball after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Robinson with the block. Outside, George. And stolen by Irving. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. A nice shot by Reed.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 12 points for him.
This is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
From about 19 feet, the rebound by LaMelo Ball. Banchero outside. There's the drive. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Irving. That's tipped. Clock at 6. Inside. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Second chance effort. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. New York leading by 11. There's a screen by Robinson. Turkoglu right side. Over Banchero. And the basket by Turkoglu. 54 seconds left for the third. Banchero left side. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Some solid defense from Reed. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's rebounded by Dr. J, Julius Irving. 3-second difference between shot clock and game. No good on the wing 3. In the corner, it's Turkoglu. Pass to Reed. His 3-pointers off the mark. On the wing, Irving. Lets it go with a 3. Doesn't go for him. It could go. He can't hit that time. And so it's New York, 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. New York leading by 13. Robertson outside. Williamson from long range.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And here we go.
Big time.
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
And the dunk by Reed.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
Fires away from way outside.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now, Williamson. After Julius Erving's three-pointer that didn't go. And it's Williamson missing. Brooklyn trails by 13. And here's Edwards from the arc. The putback. It's rebounded by New York. From deep three-point land. New York, no good that time either. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Lets it go from deep. The kick out to Ball. Pass to Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Reed a screen. From deep three-point land. And it's Williamson with the rebound. New York leading by 13. Launches from deep. The shot, no good. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The doctor is in. What a display of those trademark dunking abilities. Quite unique, Julius Erving.
Here's Williamson. After the basket by Brooklyn. Three from Robertson. That one misses. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Outside, Ball. Pass to Irving. O'Neal inside. Out to Edwards. Fades back. The rebound by Steven Adams. Here's Robertson. Trains the three-pointer. And New York leads by 14.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Substitution for the away team. Murray Spates.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 14. they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Nailed from three-point land.
3.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Tipped away. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. To the middle. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Bogut. Off target from outside. For three, Roy. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Roy. From the arc. The shot comes out. And here's Robertson outside. New York, no good that time either. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And it's Las Vegas with the ball. Here's Anderson. The long distance three is buried.
I mean, once he crosses the timeline, you need to pick him up. He can drop it in from way back.
Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
I'll tell you, that jumper from Gilgeous-Alexander is smooth and under control.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Now, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just...
And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Barry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And Brooklyn with possession here. Banchero right side. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Yeah, this is a part of Banchero's game they'd like to develop here in the league.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Fires for three. Knocks down the long J. Banchero's got 5 points.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
Here's Cunningham. Again, the miss by Cunningham.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Here's the second effort. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Assertive shot by Gilgeous-Alexander, not giving him a chance.
And here's George. Outside for Davis. Back to George. To stop the run. Ingram on the wing. O'Neal pulls it in.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Clock at 6. Fires, high post. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to go on Paul George.
Man, good whistle there.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A minute and a half left to play in the first. Brooklyn, no good that time either. 10 points separating these teams. Cunningham drives in. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, charging past the defense, and with that size, Cade able to get up and jam it down.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Embiid misses.
Excellent use of his physical gifts. Goes up strong and captures the board.
And George, a volume three-point shooter, he possesses outstanding confidence and leans into that perimeter game.
Now here's Banchero. He's got 5. It's a one-on-one situation. And Davis slams it home.
The execution has been better lately. But do they have enough energy to pull it off?
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one. But can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gets the 3 to fall.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And Davis slams it home.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
the steal. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Brooklyn out in front. They lead by 2. And we'll bring... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Brooklyn.
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
Yeah, they were going right at the opponent here and forcing their hand. I mean, like literally making them foul them.
Here's Williamson, and it's rejected. Out to the wing. Here's Duncan. It's good, and the assist that time from Ball. Duncan's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here's Cunningham outside. Gilmore grabs the miss. Brooklyn leading by 5. Here's the pick. Right wing. Rebound, Anthony Davis.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And the shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
Right now, Cunningham has that shot dialed in.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. 16 feet out. The kick out to Edwards. Fades and shoots. And they recover it. Pass the ball. Lets the 3 fly. Here's Duncan. Shot clock at 6. Over Williamson. Duncan, no good. Now George. Give him 8 points now. And the jam by George.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitutions on the court.
It's Thomas on the wing. No good. Unable to win this run. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the second quarter. Booker for 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, Booker being assertive on offense when the defense isn't playing him tight enough. He's taking full advantage.
Ball left side. And Paul throws it down.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And stolen by Booker. Here's Rodman. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. Rodman's got his first points of the game.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Mitchell on the run. And he banks in the layup. Mitchell's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're such a strong guy. Donovan Mitchell plays bigger than his listed 6'1" height.
Brooklyn, no good that time either. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clock.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Pass to Thomas. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
12 seconds left in the first half. Ball surveys the floor. A shot to stop the run. And that's not going to go. And so that brings the first half to a close. They lead by 12. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Ingram on the wing. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Brooklyn trails by 15. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer, no good.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
And the shot goes. Cunningham's got 7 points.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 17-point game. Irving for 3. And Carroll left side. Back to Reed. Over Cunningham. Shot clock at 5. The 3 from Banchero. Rebounded by Ingram. Leonard outside. 4-3. O'Neal pulls it in.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. Releases.
Cunningham using his length right there to affect that shot.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Cunningham's gotten 4 this quarter.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Substitutions on the court.
1:52 left in the third. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Here's Mitchell. Here's Davis. Deflected. And they'll keep possession. And they're able to recover. George, good.
Well, PG can get in the zone, and those zones can stretch for a long time.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Brooklyn, no good that time either.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back. On the wing, Irving. He's got 5. 5 on the clock. to stop the drought. Sinks the tray. Irving's got 8.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
From deep. George's shot is off.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Launches it. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession.
Coming onto the floor for the away team, Joel Embiid.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Shot clock at 2. Irving fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter. Outside Booker. No good with the triple. And it's Irving off the drive. And Irving powers it home.
Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome.
The visiting team
Leading by 17. And we're coming right back. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Timeout called. Brooklyn
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
All right, that was your youth dance team. Make some noise.
And Brooklyn with possession here. Pass to O'Neal. Reed with it. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game, coming at any defense that people throw at him.
Money from the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points this quarter.
Gilgeous-Alexander showing just how difficult he can be to guard at times.
Here's Booker. Oh, you can't let Booker get that close.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another. That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Now here's Booker. Outside Davis. 4 on the clock. For 3, George. And it's Irving with a rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the 4th. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the call on Devin Booker.
Side out.
That's his first foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Anthony Davis.
And money from the stripe. SGA could close his eyes and knock that down.
Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Booker with it. Oh, the slam! Get up, Devin!
And Booker now in attack mode. That's the kind of hard-charging approach he needs to have to get points on the board.
And Irving powers it home.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times. I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
A minute 31 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Another miss by Irving.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Outside Ingram. Fires the three. Ingram can't get that one to fall.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Knocks down the triple. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Booker for three. Brooklyn pulls it in. Oh, George with a steal. Let's go with a three. Outside for Ingram. This one for three. O'Neal pulls it in. Here's Irving. And Irving powers it home. Three-pointer Embiid. That shot is off. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Irving. And the 17-footer goes down. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
The visiting club takes the win on the road. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.
And that's going to do it. Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. This is Brian Anderson at the table with basketball royalty, Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Allie LaForce, our reporter. It'll be the Mavericks off the tip. Here's Robertson for three. On target from range.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Connects from downtown.
An example of the unique leadership of Gilgeous-Alexander, getting the 3 points right back for them.
Pass to Eden. Here's Malone. Just 4 to shoot. Ooh, it's stolen. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Outside Irving. Fires it. To the wing on the left. Open shot, Banchero. And that one's on target from the wing.
And the mechanics Banchero has shown are already solid, which is what makes him a dangerous shooter.
And it looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Now here's Banchero. And out of bounds. Dallas will have it.
Excellent defensive timing that time by Tim Duncan.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Here's Robertson. Hits the target from 18 feet. Robertson's got 5 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
Count the basket.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Irving for 3. The rebound by Duncan.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
They set the pick. Here's Robertson. He's got 7. 6 on the shot clock. No good from 18.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Pass to Irving. The kick out to Banchero. 3-pointer. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving. Banchero's got his second basket of the game.
You know, I know some would like to see Banchero increase his shooting range, especially since he doesn't have a solid shot from behind the arc.
Pure from 3-point range.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Here's Duncan. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Boy, that's a powerful throwdown by Duncan. He saw an opening there and took full advantage of it.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Down low. Back to Irving. Takes a 3. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
How about Irving stretching out the defense? making the most of a rare trip behind the arc.
Here's Robertson. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead of this second quarter. And when you consider how Dallas is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Timeout called. Brooklyn.
Yeah, Coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Here's ball. Pass to Edwards. Here's Gilmore. Ball with it. Hounded by Ball. 4-3. Oh, Ball dropping it in for three.
The defense must honor Ball's three-point shot. He's more than ready to snipe away if you give him the opportunity to do so.
Good chance here for Ball. From the top of the key, he buries it. Ball's got his first bucket in this one.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Now here's Ball. From the high post, he drills it.
I doubt that's what they were looking for, but it works out.
It's hard to question the energy LaMelo Ball brings to the court every night, Clark.
It certainly is, and it's contagious, B.A. That's what I like about it. He elevates other guys. As a teammate playing with LaMelo, he elevates your energy level because you've got to match his. He gives the team, I think, a nice edge in being able to perform on a consistent basis.
And that one drops for him.
Well, I tell you what separates Ball from a lot of players his age is that his footwork is advanced. He's got almost a PhD in footwork.
They get it back. Pass the Ball. Thomas outside. Second chance effort. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Thomas has got his second basket. And Dallas with possession. Ball taking his time here. Top of the key. And he gets the bucket. Ball's got 8.
Ball is so smart with the ball in the pick and roll situation. Already handles these sets like a 10-year vet.
Now here's Edwards. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Over Ingram. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Ball outside. Screen by Robinson. Shot from the top of the key. And again, LaMelo Ball. And now it's a 4-point Dallas lead.
Deadly in the pick and roll. LaMelo Ball can do anything out of that particular set. This time calling his own number. You know, it went down, guys, but still unusual to go to the leaner there with so much space around.
And Dallas calls time here. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Up top ball. He's got 10. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Malone. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. They haven't held the lead for a while.
And BA, that's why this possession is so big for them. It could be the turning point in the game.
"30 seconds left in the first half. Inside. Here's O'Neal. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Boy, an immovable, unstoppable force around the rim. You don't want to be on the receiving end of a Shaq attack.
Pass to Malone. Here's the pick. Here's Ball. Nice form on the 20-footer. Ball's got 12 now in this quarter.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
24.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Dallas on top, up 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 2-point game. The rebound by Jason Tatum. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
That shot is good by O'Neal.
And, you know, this is a pleasant surprise. O'Neal looking to expand his game with the mid-range jump shot.
Screen by Robinson. That one drops for him. Robertson's got 14 points.
Defenses nowadays try to protect the rim and the three-point line, so the mid-range is usually available.
And if you're just joining us, we played just over a minute here in the third. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. Pass to Robinson. Back to Tatum. All sorts of time. Brooklyn pulls it in. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. The 3 from Banchero. Outside for Irving. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Robinson.
Substitution for your Mavericks. Mark Eaton. Tim Duncan. Josh Smith.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Drops in the 3. Gilgeous-Alexander's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Outside, inside, in between, it doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
And Dallas calls time here. We're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. The three from Ball. Deep range. LaMelo. What focus.
Boy, making it look very easy. Ball has been unguardable tonight.
Irving for three. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Yep, that one's good.
Hey, the mid-range can be touch and go for Ball, but he takes a nice, smooth shot that time.
And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage in his position, Greg?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
Oh, with the head of steam. Up top, Embiid. He's scoreless. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
The three, Smith. Gilmore grabs the miss. Brooklyn trails by 4. The three from Banchero. The rebound by Duncan.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
They set a pick. Here's Ball. That one's true. He's now 9 of 10. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Ball with it. To halt the run. Doesn't go for him.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Ball no good. Irving for three. No good. And so it's Dallas with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. We'll be right back. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Dallas leading by 6. Up top Ball. And it goes straight through with a swish. Ball's got 9 points now in the second half.
They're leaning on him heavy, and he's responding. He can carry the load.
Banchero outside. Unloads from 13. Roy pulls it in. And Ball will bring it up here for Dallas. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Fires the three. Brooklyn pulls it in. Banchero outside. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Gilmore. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. 4 on the clock. The rebound by Malone.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lead.
Roy's shot is good.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
I'll tell you, that jumper from Gilgeous-Alexander is smooth and under control.
Mavericks call timeout. And Dallas making a change here. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well during the last break, I heard Mike D'Antoni as he talked with the team. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Hacked on the shot, and that'll send him to the line for 3.
And Robertson is a do-it-all kind of player, my kind of guy. I mean, he's also somebody you can trust to help facilitate your offense.
And he sinks the second. And he makes all 3.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time.
We've seen more than a few miscues from them tonight.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Shoots it from the high post. Gilmore grabs the miss. Brooklyn trails by 12. The three from Banchero. The rebound by Duncan.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
Eaton's shot is good.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
This is a shot Pippen is very comfortable with. He's extremely effective in the mid-range.
The three. And Dallas hits again from deep.
It was going back and forth for a bit, but now they're certainly looking like the better team.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. It's deflected. Driving to the basket. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Here's Robertson. Let's go with a three. They get it back. Pass to Malone. And he gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 20.
You can tell Malone is a really instinctive scorer. He doesn't need time to think about his shot. He knows exactly what he's looking for.
Here's Eaton. From outside, off the mark. Brooklyn with the ball. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession.
Checking in for Dallas, Jason Tatum.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. And they got called for a 5-second violation.
That's an inbound violation.
Here's Curry. And Dallas with possession. They're on an 18-4 run. The deep three. Brooklyn pulls it in. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Looking to end this cold spell. Brooklyn, no good that time either. And Dallas with possession. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Banchero. From the arc. And so it's Dallas winning this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. So long and good night, everyone.